Feel quite pissed at the minute. Had a few Baileys. Just had a nice little chat with my social worker. Well, my social worker's manager. Debating whether to go and get some smoke, but I just might not do that today. Got another drone on the way, guys. My drone, one of my motors went on my drone. But I got another one coming today. Same one. Anyway. Got a big litre bottle of Baileys that we're drinking tonight. Don't normally drink a lot, but I've hit the drink. I've hit the drink. How about that? Currently got rain out there, so I can't even go out with a drone. Well, I can't fly a drone anyway. The drone I got, because Amazon don't actually stock the drone, I can't get another drone from them. So what I've actually do, Amazon are going to give me my money back, but I bought another drone, the same one, which will be arriving today. So I'm going to pack up the old drone, see what we can rob off it, and yeah, send that one back. But it's where it's not an Amazon product, do you know what I mean? If it's an Amazon product, they can give you another product, so to speak, a replacement, which is what I'm after, because it's a brilliant drone. Don't know, I wouldn't be after another one if it wasn't. Yeah, so what the situation is I've got a drone here, which I've got to send back, which they pay for all the postage, and they're going to refund that to my Amazon account. So that can go towards my new drone, which will be my last drone, because this next drone has got obstacle avoidance. It's got a camera that spins around on the top, which basically detects anything coming towards it, so you can't crash into anything. But the one I've got coming tonight is just a replacement of the one that I've got. I keep looking at the DJI drones, but I've got to stop looking at them. They're what's called, if you buy a drone, people, the drone you don't want to buy is what's called a geo-fenced drone. And what that means, geo-fenced, what that means is your drone is automatically programmed with where all the legal limits, so to speak, and it'll hold you to them, to the point you can take off in a certain area. It will tell you can't take off there. Well, my drones will take off wherever. I've got nobody looking over me. It's a completely open network drone. Do you know what I mean? It's like an Apple phone. You buy an Apple phone, yeah? You know what I mean? You're part of the Apple gang. You're locked in to what they want you to do with that phone, via updates and stuff like that. Whereas the drones, my drone I've got here, and the one that's being replaced tonight, is not geo-fenced, so it's not locked in. It's not locked out of anything. I can go wherever I want. In fact, my new drone, obviously there's a legal limit you can only go up to 120 meters upwards. But my drone actually goes 800 meters. And what I'm saying is, if you had a DJI drone, no matter whether you wanted to go to 800 meters, which is illegal, or whether you didn't, that's going to lock you into 120, whatever. And I do believe the DJI drones, where they've just been banned from America, they're going to go downhill quickly. So I'm buying one that's kind of open. It's an open network. Do you know what I mean? Fly it how you want to fly it. And that's why I'm doing that. Cheers anyway. Drinking this today. The Irish cream whiskey. I think I've done about half a bottle so far, possibly. Half a litre. That's the only thing I drink. I don't normally drink, but yeah. Yeah, one of my motors on my drones has stopped. So I rang them up. They said, we can't replace it, but we can refund it. So I've ordered one last night. I paid for it myself, which will be here tonight. What I'm going to do is rob this one I've got. Rob it a bit, if we can. See what we can rob off it. Yeah. But then I'll have 100 odd quid in my Amazon account. Because you can either have it refunded back to your bank card or refunded back to your Amazon account. And it's a lot quicker if you go to your account, Amazon account. Obviously then it hasn't got to clear. Yeah. So I'm going to put that back in my Amazon and then add probably about 180 quid to it. And then I'll get my new drone, which is about £360. But it's uncrashable. It's got obstacle avoidance. It's got a camera, not just for videos. It's got two cameras. It's got a camera on the top, which is constantly spinning round and sending out like sensors, and it picks up if anything's coming near it and it avoids it. So practically you couldn't really crash the drone. Obstacle avoidance it's called. I've just spoke to my social worker, told her that I'm now fully qualified in drone flying, and I want to get a job in that industry. So I'm going to have my social workers helping me get a job within the drone industry, which can be various things. But what I've noticed is when you first get on the drone, you're all over the place. Literally, I was flying like this. I was flying in straight lines and then turning and then flying and then turning like that. But what I've noticed is after you suss it out, after you get used to it, I'm now flying however I want to fly. I'm turning and going up. I'm flipping it around. Do you know what I mean? I've got it sussed, basically. So now I feel like moving on to the next stage, which would be employment of some sorts. I'm going to be practicing as well on my own roof. Obviously, you get roof surveyors that do it by drone, which is basically just getting above your roof, putting your video on and going along slow, videoing it. Do you know what I mean? It's not really hard once you've sussed the drone out, which will take 2 or 3 goes, 4 goes at it before you get it. All the people, if you play like the Nintendo or any, I'm not clued up on them games. It was all fucking Segas and that when I was growing up. Well, when I was growing up, there wasn't any of it. But you know what I'm talking? I'm talking the game things with the controllers on. Hello, mate. How you doing? I would say that the kids out there that are playing all the games are going to be a lot more, are going to take to the drone flying easier than someone that's never touched it before, like myself. Obviously, you've got the dexterity in the controls. And that's what I think. Dragon's Lair. Yeah, I think I do. I'm from the generation of the Commodore 64 and the BBC Micro and the Acorn Electron. You just got a drone and you're 63. Yeah, I'm 55 this year. What do you think of it, mate? I'm actually loving it. I think it's brilliant. Flying around, looking at things. That's what I think. Hang on a minute. Yeah, I certainly do. No. Droning, it's just, you get a different view on the world, don't you? Obviously, a different perspective. You live completely naked in the outback. Where's that, Australia? Sound like you're an Aussie, down under. No sound? Well, I should have some sound. Oh, right, there's a couple of people that have said no sound. Right, have I got sound now? Can somebody tell me whether I've got sound? I believe that I have. Yeah, Australia is very strange. There is sound. Thank you. Thank you. It's one person, I believe. Thank you. Anyway. Cheers, everyone. I think I've got someone bullshitting. Have we got a Billy Bullshitter out there today? Do you want the Billy Bullshitter prize for the day? You might have won that. Yeah, everyone can hear me. Anyway. Gonna smoke a bit of my spliff. Got half a spliff left. Do I need to ring me mate, though, for some more weed? That's the question. North Devon, hello there. I'm in Kent, West Kent. The Garden of England, which is looking very wet and rainy today. Tell a lie, I think we got... No, we ain't. I thought we had a joint left in there. Oh yeah, you're quite there, DD. All the drone laws, they're bringing them out, and as quick as they're bringing them out, they're revising them. I think where it's all a new thing, that's what it is, where it's all a new thing. Yeah, Kent isn't too bad. Hello there, Drink Prime. Elsa. Yeah, in Australia, down under, they can't even fly at night. It's illegal to fly at night. That's the same in Holland as well. It amazes me that Australia, the size of the place, you can't fly at night. What do we call? Hang on, Jason. I'll let that one through. It's how do a message back. It says you're being abusive. But I'm from the school of the hard knocks. I can handle a bit of abuse. But you're not abusing anyone anyway. You're saying about that there. Indiana, what is the content of my channel? A very good question. Very good question. The content, I'm a music channel, really. Two-tone music, which is a mix of ska music, reggae music, and punk music. But I also do wild camping, drone flying. I'm a bit of a vlogger, do you know what I mean? Whatever's going on is going on, basically. Do I sing rock? No. My mum used to sing rock and roll in the 50s. She made records and was on TV. But I don't make records, and I've been on TV a couple of times, but not as much as my mum in the 50s. Yeah, so I am. Anyway, what we got happening today, we've got a brand new drone turning up tonight with Amazon. I've got to pack my other drone up and take it to the post office. But what we're going to do first is see if we can rob any parts, steal any parts for our foreign watchers. See if we can, do you know what I mean? Have it away with a few extra parts before we send it back to them. Yeah, that's what we're doing today. What am I getting? Just a drone. What's it called? Is it a D10 or is it a C10? I forgot the name of it. Crazy. No, it's not a DJI. I've been looking at them and see, I've got this drone coming back, but then I've also got a refund on the drone I'm sending back. Once my drone that I'm sending back, once the cash gets logged in, I'll then add a bit of money to it, and I'm going to get my last ever drone. And to be honest, this is my first drone, so I've only ever would have had 2 drones. But the next one's got obstacle avoidance. It's actually better than a DJI. I've gone above the DJI. But if you want value for money, DJI. But DJI, I believe, if you're in Britain, obviously the legal limit to altitude is 120 meters. That's how far we can go up. But on my drone, where it's an open drone, there's no one controlling nothing, there's no one sneaking updates in, I can go above 120 if I want to, which would be illegal. What I'm saying is the DJI drones have now in Britain locked everyone into 120. And people are not happy. People are not happy. How old am I? I'm 55 in September. So I'm 54 at the moment. Sorry if I'm squinting, everyone. Should really put my glasses on. How's the winter? Pretty shit at the moment. Excuse my use of the English language there. But yeah, pretty shit. Cold, wet. Not a lot of snow here yet. Yeah, that's where we are. That's where we are at the minute. Cold and wet and damp. Crazy. I've done a bit of DJing for rave on the radio, for rave radio stations. I played for about 4 or 5 different radio stations. It's been raining all day. Yeah, it's not good, is it? Might have to go to my mates to get a bit of weed. I'm not too sure yet. I haven't decided. I think I might, if he's got any there. The wind chills, yeah. Yeah, that, exactly. You might have a temperature of, say, freezing, but with the wind chill factor, Yeah, I can relate to that. I do a lot of camping, a lot of wild camping in the winter. It's very cold out there. Yeah, got my granddad's ears. You won't be able to insult me there because I've heard every joke you can possibly say. Oh, happy birthday to your brother there. Dixon, happy birthday, mate. All the best. You have a lovely day. Whatever you're getting up to. Have I ever owned a hamster? That's a question. Yes, I've once owned a hamster. Probably when I was about 7. No, it would have been before that. When I was about 15, 16. Alcohol, I look closer to 70 than 54. Well, I'd like to challenge you, mate, out on the road, running, cycling. Even if I do look 74, I guarantee whatever age you are, I'd give you a run for your money, running, cycling. Cheers, mate. Cheers for subscribing. Thank you. That's all right. I don't know. Whether he's taking the piss or not, don't really bother me. You'd outrun me. You're black. I'm English, Irish and Spanish. You ain't no Usain Bolt, are ya? No, it's all right. Let him have a go, man. You're not Spanish. I am actually. I'm English, Spanish and Irish. If you go and look at my mother's pictures, which are on here, Irish blood, English beer from the south. In fact, my mum's got an Irish first name and an Irish second name. So I'm very much got quite a bit of Irish in me. That's why I don't consider myself as British. Because I'm not British. There's a lot of people swearing on here, which is not getting through. And I can view it, but I tell you what, I can't even be bothered to view it. So, South London, Canada. I used to go to South London a lot growing up. A lot of old rave parties back in the day. And I used to go up to South London with my dad, who knew a few shifty geezers up there. Now, a guy from South London came down and sort of took over our local pub years ago in the 70s. And he was a blinding fella. My dad used to do a bit of work for him. You and your dad are from Ireland? Had to smoke there out in Ireland. Johnson. There's my son. Wow. That was crazy. We're still on there, look. Wow. Oh, what have I done there? Oh, I've got a message from my mate in a minute. I've been on the phone quite a bit there. I'll tell you what, I feel a lot happier now. I've just had my social worker say to me, I've been asking for about 4 weeks, why aren't you sticking up for me? You can see Clarion and these other organisations are doing wrong, but you're just sitting there not doing anything. Well, Amy's just called me. Well, I spoke to Charlotte first, but I spoke to Amy, who's just said she's going to write now a really strong email sticking up for me. So I've just said, right, I'm prepared now to work with you. So I'm now working with Amy, the social worker, and we're going to move forward. Because I've been telling these people for about 2 years, Clarion screwing my brain up, but no one's believed me until now. Because I've said before in my videos, because I've made the social services be there every time, they've now seen it with their own eyes. And now I'm actually going to get a bit of support. Tell you what, having ADHD as an adult, obviously I had it as a child, but it's the most horrific thing I've ever come across. I can remember when it first came about, people laughing at all the kids and that. Plenty of adults have got ADHD, and I tell you what, it's pretty horrific, gotta say. And like I just said to Amy, obviously I've got autism as well, but my autism is high functioning, so I haven't got any learning issues, you know what I mean, or anything like that. I've just said to her, the only reason I'm so loud in my campaign for people that have got autism and ADHD is I'm sticking up for all the quiet ones out there with the learning issues that can't put a sentence together. Well, I can put a sentence together. It may have a few swear words in it, but I'll put it together. Newcastle, hello there. You got any snow up there? I've heard we were supposed to have quite a bit of snow, but we've not had any in Kent, but I'm right in the southeast. We just got rain here. I'm going another swig of this Baileys. Don't normally drink, but can I speak Spanish? No. You're drinking whiskey? Cheers. I'm drinking Baileys cream whiskey. I'm smoking a joint, but I think I'll smoke that. Which means I've got to get on a bus, go and see my pal to get a bit of weed. Because I've run out. To be honest, I weren't really in the mood to get up and move around until now. It's only because my social services, I said, no, now I'm going to start sticking up for me. Crazy, eh? No, I am. I've got English, Irish, and Spanish blood, but obviously I was born in England. But my mum's got an Irish first name and an Irish second name. I'm more Irish than I am Spanish. In fact, quite a bit Irish, and that's from the south of Ireland, not the north. My mum was a famous singer in the 1950s. She made records. Go and look up the Vernon's Girls of Liverpool, and you'll see my mum. Not that I'm a rock star or a pop star. Ignore the haters. I'm used to them, mate. It's all good. All them trolls and all that. I know harder girls than the trolls. Quite thick-skinned. What the fuck am I drinking? We're drinking Baileys at the minute, and we're about, this is a litre bottle, about half a litre in, I think, but I don't normally drink. Exactly, Pitbull. Some people ain't listening, mate. They need to wash their ear rolls out. Anyway, the my new drone's on the way. New drone coming tonight. Got to take the old drone back. And then we got to wait for the refund, and then we'll be getting the last drone, which is the dog's bollocks. Really, it's got two cameras. One spins around on the top, scanning. It's got like obstacle avoidance. You can't crash it. But the other drone that's coming tonight. I'm all good, man. I'm fucking. I mean, all the haters don't bother me, man. I've been here too long on this planet. Worry about haters. Hennessy, that. Rogan, you're going it tonight there. All round yours tonight. Got a curry on the go. I quite fancy it. Well, to be honest, I'm going into town to get a bit of weed. Hopefully, my mate's got some, which he probably has. I went to this fish and chip shop the other night and got battered sausage and chips. And I'll tell you what, absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to go back there, I think. I didn't realise I was going to be in such a perky mood. I thought I was going to be in a depressing kind of mood. But because of the social worker, Amy, I'm actually feeling quite good tonight. Because it's the first time, and I've said to the social workers before, I've said, look, if you see something that's wrong, really wrong, you're going to stand up for that, or what? And today, she said she's actually going to stand up for me now because she can see the wrongdoings. And the fact that I've now got the social services on my side, fighting my case, saying that Philip was right all along, goes a long way. So, yeah. And the reason I got a social worker, guys, I was diagnosed 4 years, at the age of 50, I was diagnosed with ADHD and ASD, with no learning issues. Yeah, man, we can, yeah. Oh, if somebody hasn't got ADHD or autism, I wouldn't recommend weed. The only reason I'm bang on it is because growing up, obviously there wasn't no ADHD in my world when I grew up. You just got a clout round the head by your teacher, your mum and dad give you a clout. Do you know what I mean? It was all part of growing up when I was little. And what I found was the marijuana, the smoke, was my only little bit of freedom. But what I didn't know back then was I had ADHD and that. So when we all used to get stoned, all my mates all just minging out. Do you know what I mean? No one could do anything, all just laughing at each other. Well, I used to come alive. I used to come alive and get really productive. Now it all makes sense. But yeah, I wouldn't advise cannabis to anybody that's hasn't got autism or ADHD. If you've got ADHD or autism, I'd advise it. But like everything, cannabis isn't completely bad. I think it should be legal. I think it could help a lot of conditions, but hypomania, bipolar, I'm with you. So you're right up 1 minute, and you're right down, man. I can dig that. Kind of bit like your ADHD depression. 1 minute we're up, then we're down. I can relate to that. Out to everyone anyway. Yeah, life ain't been easy, but at the end of the day, with life, you're either a survivor or you give in. I'm not giving in. I just plod along. Arthur Shelby. Peaky Blinders. Nice one. My biggest regret, that's a fucking, excuse my English, that's a fucking brilliant question. What's my biggest regret? Oh, man. And I'll be honest here. It takes a lot of bollocks to be honest, really, but I would say my biggest regret is probably not taking, with ADHD, from when you're a little kid, you'll have the good road and you'll have the naughty road. But if you've got ADHD, you're picking that naughty road because that's where the dopamine is. That's where the chemicals are, the buzz, the brain buzz. That's dopamine. I've always gone down the naughty route. When if I'd have gone down the non-naughty route, who knows? I've got quite a good brain. I could have probably been anything I wanted to be. But the ADHD sent me down the wrong road. And no matter who you are, or whoever you think you are, if you've got ADHD and you're given a naughty road or a good road, you'll think about both of the roads, but you're going to go down that naughty road. And that's a fact. Yeah, that's my biggest regret. Going down all the naughty roads when I could have gone down the good roads. And that's how it is. That's why I love it now that all these kids now are getting help. And the kids with the ADHD now at school are outdoing the normal kids because they're getting, getting taught the right way. Off parole yet. Now I've got another 5 years, mate, to do on that. But shh, keep that quiet though. Am I AI? Nah, man. Do I look like AI? Do I believe what? Do I believe in destiny? Like what do you mean by that? Do you mean that your path's already printed out and you're going down that path? What do you mean by that? Nah, mate, I'm not AI. People will know that. People that tune in regularly will know that I'm not AI. I'm a music channel, man. Ever heard of the specials? Or Madness? Or many more. I'm about 35, 40 miles southeast of London. London town. Or am I really AI? Am I really just a figment of your imagination? Really, I'm not here. Nah, I'm real, man. Oh yeah, I don't completely know what you mean there about destiny, but I think I've got a better idea of what you're saying. Hello there, Pamela. Oh yeah, you've got to choose change. If you want change in your life, it's not worth listening to other people saying you got to change. You've got to want it. You've got to want to change. Otherwise, you're wasting your time, really. Got my new drone. Well, it is a new drone coming tonight. Got to send the other drone back. Thank you, Pamela. How are you today? Gavin from Autoglass. Hello, mate. How you doing? What, are you at work? An Autoglass for them foreign people out there, all my foreign subscribers. Autoglass is basically the company that comes out and puts you a new windscreen in your car. Or fixes your chip or whatever they do. I think they can inject stuff now as well. I'm not a windscreen man, but I've got a rough idea. Right, we're going to have no more Baileys after that. I'm going to smoke a roll up. And then message me mate, see if he's got any illegal herbs for sale. Hang on, what's that? Safe like repair? Is that how you pronounce that? Safe like repair to our US citizens out there? I'm sure they would have run. Oh, well, look, we got a. Is that Chinese or Japanese? Got some writing come up now, which I can't decipher, everybody. It's. Looks Japanese, from Japan. Possibly. Oh, yeah, I remember the Autoglass jingles on the radio. I think we got one in Tunbridge. Pastor Dutch, yeah, man, musical youth, brother. You know that? Or sister. Could be female, who knows? Yeah, man, that's a wicked track. I used to have that on 7-inch, but ain't no more, man. Wish I had. Yeah, wicked track. Them two little geezers. I'm a big UB40 fan. I'm UB40, the Specials, Madness, the Selector, the Beat. That's what I am. That's what this channel is. It's a music channel, really. Paddock records, two-tone records. Yeah. But obviously we talk about other things. I'm a bit of a vlogger, but the actual channel is a music channel. But obviously, I'm live all the time as well. Get people to just upload a video once a week, but oh right, Belgian company owns a lot. Cool, they must be doing all right. What, do they franchise it out, kind of thing? Then that's kind of like what McDonald's do. They must be coining it in. I think it is mainly Autoglass, isn't it, in the UK? That trying to think of another company that does that. It's mainly that is the biggest company, I would say, or the biggest franchise. I presume it's a franchise. Hello there, the Prince of Denmark. Look, good day. UB40. Yeah, they're brilliant. I went to see them when I was little. I'm sitting here squinting. I should just put my glasses down, really. Yeah, that jingle, man, that jingle went out. That reached out into different areas. Well, it must have reached out across the nation because we had that on our local station. I still remember all them jingles, man. Oh, right, got someone here that I'll let this through. Did I own a slave when I was younger? So what are you trying to do? Are you trying to, by saying did I own a slave when I was younger, what are you trying to do? Say that I was part of the British takeover many moons ago? Is that what you're trying to say? Are you trying to now accuse me of saying that people that are not one generation behind me, that are probably about 4 or 5 generations back? Are you trying to say that I'm part of that? If I was you, MT, I'd go back to school and get educated. Yeah, Britain did a lot of things which were wrong, but if they didn't do it, someone else was waiting to do it. And to be honest, Britain left a lot of these colonialised countries in a better state than what we arrived in. Still, that doesn't make it right. And I don't agree with it, right? That's my opinion. So really, I'd be on your side, but you've alienated me straight away with your uneducated comment there. But that's what I think. Did the things that Britain did in the Empire years ago, yeah, was really wrong, taking over places and that, invading places. But if we didn't do it, someone else would do it. Not that that's an excuse to do it. But blaming people of my generation He's just completely uneducated, really. What influence could I possibly have on what went on 200 years ago? I don't know where you're from exactly, but both my granddads fought in both wars. One of my granddads was in a submarine, and he got blew out of the submarine. And my other granddad was on horseback in the Lancers during the First World War. So what country are you from? And we'll see whether people fought for you or not. Thank you, Richard. But they probably can't answer that. See, 'cause my granddad probably fought for them, fought for their freedom. But that's all cool. You have whatever views you want. You may have been brought up in a society that's put that on you. Do you know what I mean? But you've only got to look at the truth and look at history. The fact that you're sitting there blaming me, saying my forefathers did, is crazy. So you come and let me know what nationality you're from, and then, well, I won't have to dig up on your history, because I probably already know your history. And you'll actually see that Britain, we've got what's called a Commonwealth. I'd say 95% of the countries that we sort of took over, that have now got their own governors and run themselves as a country, I would say we actually get along with, and we actually help. It's called the Commonwealth, but a lot of people who are not in the Commonwealth wouldn't understand that. I don't know. Not that I'm going to challenge your beliefs. You can believe whatever you want. To be honest, I suppose you believe what you're taught. But who's to say your teacher was correct? Got a lot. Yeah, but you say that, right? You say the part, obviously, I take it you're an Australian by saying that. That's fair enough, mate, right? But is it right today that someone can have a pop at me for something my forefathers did 200 years ago? Do you know what I'm saying? What influence could I have had on that 200 years ago? None. I probably can do a backflip. I'm pretty mobile for a 54-year-old. I might have to practice though. It's not a question of what the British did years ago. It's a question of, am I responsible for what they did years ago? Me, personally, living here today, in this year. Because if you believe that I am responsible today, then you've got a very small mind. That's no insult, by the way. I don't run a channel to insult people. But you start coming on questioning history and stuff, well, I'm in a position to question you back. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about today. We're not talking about hundreds of years ago. And we're up to 99%. It's nearly 4:15. I will be live again. I've got to dive off in a minute. Let me just roll up first. Slavery. Crazy, eh? Crazy world we live in. Crazy world we live in where I'm still getting the blame, man, for shit people did 200 years ago. Boom. It's okay, people. I do apologise for all that years ago. I'll go back in time and we'll just change history. Fucking hell. I'm not drinking anymore today. Anyway. See, that's what stopped progress, people. That's what stopped progress, people living in the past. And a good example of that is Britain and Ireland. Obviously, Britain and Ireland used to have the troubles, a lot of troubles, you know what I mean? Both sides probably did wrong. Who am I to be the judge, you know what I mean? I'm not going to be with the British, that's for sure, because I'm English, Irish and Spanish, and I know where I come from. So I wouldn't call myself British at all, but if you take that for an example, how we moved forward, there's a lot of things that don't move forward. So I'll leave it at that. Some people just want to stick in the past. But if you stick in the past, you'll never progress. And you'll never move on to better things. I'm getting on your nerves. Good, good. If I'm getting on your nerves, it's not my issue. What are you about? A good old scrap? What violence are we talking now? We can get violent if you want, but pointless getting violent. Don't prove nothing, does it? When has violence, guys and girls, ever solved anything? It hasn't. It's all coming in thick and fast now. Anyway, I'm off to rule the world. I'm going to go back with my time travelling people. We're going to go back in time and we're going to be taking over a few more places. No, I'm only joking. Fucking. Looking forward to my new drone coming. Maidstone, that's about the road from me. I go to Maidstone quite a bit. I know a few good wins. Proper Kent name. Yeah, I know Maidstone. Maidstone is the county town of Kent. That's about... I'm in a little village in the countryside, but if I go that way, I'm about 10 miles from Royal Tunbridge Wells. And if I go in that direction, I'm about 10 miles from Maidstone, which is the county town of Kent. Anyway, I've got to mail me mate, see if he's got any weed for me. I have to get some smoke. But I'll be live again, people. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'll be live again when we're going out to pick up some weed. Purely medicinal. And before anyone starts lecturing me, I can actually get weed on prescription. But I don't. I get it from my mate. My name's Philip. Can you buy 2 weeds? Probably. Two bags of weed, what are you after, a quarter? Get a good deal on a queue. But yeah, most of my videos, people, are live videos. Just the 2. That's if he's got any. Hopefully, even if he ain't got none, he'll do me a little bit. Do you know what I mean? So it's all good. Quite a bit of weed in this area. A lot comes in from Essex. Nice one. Cheers for all this support out there. Yeah, get a lot of weed coming from London, Essex. Obviously Kent as well. But just starting to get dark here now. Got the new drone turning up tonight, so I'll be live with the drone. We're also going to be seeing what we can rob off the old drone that we're sending back. So we're going to be robbing that drone. See if we can get a few little spare parts, as you do. Do I carp fish? More trout, brother. I've got a little river in our village called the River Bourne. There's a lot of rainbow trout, a lot of brown trout. Yeah, I do live streams, flying the drone. That's what I'll be doing tonight. I do records, music, vinyl, drones, camping, and just chatting bollocks, basically. Have I ever punched a fish? No. Can't say I ever have. No. It's not something that we're taught to do. Thank you for subscribing. Nice one. In fact, we got to 1,000, struggling for a long time to get to the 1,000, and boom, you get to the 1,000, and it goes, you start hitting the algorithm. Is it against the fishing code to punch the fish? I wouldn't know the precise law on it, but I would say it would probably be against the law to get a fish out and torture it. You would probably be arrested, and yeah, for that. Oh yeah, I do keep. I know every time I go live, I'm getting loads more subscribers. Well, I go live all the time. I'm not really. Some people upload once a week or whatever. I'm just live every day. Bit of marching powder, yeah, man. You know that, didn't you? He's on the ball. Yeah, I can relate to that. Anyway, I'll show you the. If I press the right button. Current weather in Kent. There's me willow tree. Yeah, it's all right in here. We get the occasional mad one, but it's all good. I treat people how they treat me. Do you know what I mean? That's what I've been brought up. Anyway, the time has come when I've got to message my mate, see if he's got a 3.5 for me. But then I'll be live again when we get on the bus. As soon as we leave here, I'll go live. It's only into my local town, just to see me pal. He normally meets me. Yeah. Or he might not have any, but chances are he has. Anyway, thank you for joining me, everyone. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Even the people that have posed really crazy questions, I've quite enjoyed it. Whatever you're doing, have a good one, and I'll catch you in the next.